This is a Headgum original.
I can't explain the anatomy of how this is real. This little rodent has a show where all he does is squeal. Bushy tail, tiny feet, beady eyes, and his two back teeth. It's a show called If I Were You. It's crazy that a chipmunk speaks. He's a world's first chipmunk Jew. Straight advice in his chipmunk cheeks. It's a show called If I Were You.
Amazing. I love that jam. It's a good song. Great parody. What's the matter? What is it? You're kicking this off with such a weird energy, like you're fucking offended by something.
I'm the first chipmunk Jew.
Congratulations. You should be happy about that. You should be proud.
The joy
Are you ashamed?
that
Sorry, are you
No.
ashamed to be Jewish?
the joy that you had
What?
when you were doing, like, hearing that
When I was
song.
dancing?
Yeah, you were not dancing before we got started.
Yeah, well, I was dancing because there was music, so I was dancing to the song, and then I liked the lyrics, and I liked the message, and I was proud of you for being mentioned. That song's about you. Why are you upset?
Yeah. It just, it felt
Yeah,
like
what?
it was, the song was about, like, how I'm sort of a rodent.
A critter. Don't call yourself a rodent. I mean, sure, I guess chipmunks are technically rodents, but you're a proud Jewish woodland animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, not the proud part was in the song, I don't think.
Right.
It was just
Well, that's
like,
on you. That's on you. You have to be proud to be who you are. You know, you have to be comfortable with Chipmunk Amir.
Yeah.
And that's, that's your own journey.
What do you think of this as the thermos / new water bottle we have?
I feel like you should get one of those little upside down water bottles with a little straw so you can.
That's actually not meant
You know?
for, that's meant for hamsters.
Right. Which I feel like is adjacent to Chipmunk. So it could theoretically work because then you would only have to just like kind of nip at it like a little teat and you could maybe even mount it like above your computer. Actually, where your microphone is right now.
I mean,
could be, you got another arm.
Yeah,
Does that sound
like
appetizing?
It does sound kind of fun if it's like cold brew like that on tap with an upside down bottle.
Yeah,
Like that. Yeah.
exactly right.
And then like I would sort of like not like
Scramble
yeah,
around.
I would scramble because I'm like feeling caffeinated, not because I'm a chipmunk. So I'd be like,
Right.
like dart. I would dart basically.
Right.
Yeah.
We should get you a little wheel.
That's actually not a bad idea either because
Right,
I was
it's good
thinking
'cause it
about
would
like
exercise.
a Peloton. Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's sort of like Peloton adjacent.
Exactly right.
And that could be like almost like an homage to the fact that people do think that.
Yeah, because you are. But yeah, that'd be cool.
Wow. Thank you to Jacob Legrand for making
Right.
that theme song for us. Jacob Legrand,
Great
I feel
song.
like he's made songs for us before. That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, it sounds familiar to me for sure.
All right. We're back on a Monday, recording
On a
for the
Monday.
following Monday.
Look at us on top of our shit.
Yeah. On top of our shit, but also the stuff that we say today won't be evergreen. So like,
Yeah.
what happened today in the news? And by the time it comes, like game 2 of the NBA Finals just happened, but like by the time people
Yeah.
listen to this, the whole series might be over, basically.
Wow. That is could it possibly be? It's Wednesday, Friday, and then Sunday?
Wednesday, Fridays. Oh, maybe not actually. I think it's Wednesday, Friday, Monday. So okay. So that's at the very least.
So it won't be over. But
not-
yeah,
it might be
it'll
different.
it'll look different. It will be different. Yeah.
Actually, we asked people for their questions via Twitter this week, lightning round style.
Okay.
So we're going to have a ton of short cues to A. We should say this is If I Were You, the only advice show on the web, hosted by us.
Yeah. And we should also say that this is a video. So if you want to watch us fake drinking out of an upside down water bottle,
Yeah.
then check out the YouTube.
Bingo. You can watch these as a simulcast as well.
Correct, Mundo.
Here's a question. How would you handle, right off the bat, this is from Jordan Poole MVP, so a Golden State Warriors fan. How would you handle having in-laws that have vastly different political beliefs?
I think that would be tough. That would be really tough. It would be, I think it'd have to depend on exactly, well, this guy wrote this because he's a diehard conservative, right?
Yeah, he's
And
an alt-right Trump supporter,
Yeah.
and his in-laws are just sort of Elizabeth Warren stans.
I think you would have, I'd probably avoid them as much as possible. And then kind of just stay reserved and quiet when we did hang out.
Yeah.
Or
you
at
could
least talk to them about things that aren't politics.
Yeah, you could be one of those people like, we just don't talk about politics. We don't really need to talk about that right now.
Yeah. I think that's all you can really do.
Yeah, because you're not going to change their minds and they're not going to change yours.
Yeah.
Although when do you start change? Like you always say, like I'm not going to change their mind, and you know they're so different from us. But like, so when does that mind get set? Like at age 18? Is it earlier than that? Like at what age can we start dealing
Changing
with
minds?
Yeah, minds that are still malleable. 13?
I think, yeah.
11?
I feel like through college, you're open to changing your mind.
So like even as a 19-year-old, you can be like, I'm liberal, and now actually I've been reading a bunch of shit, and now I'm kind of a conservative Republican.
I think 19 is like maybe the prime time to do it. It's when you are coming into your own as an adult.
Yeah, and then it's like after college, okay, mind is set. I'm not fucking changing my mind.
Yeah, but then I think the thing that can always change your minds is like friends and peers. It's hard to change your father-in-law's mind, but I feel like if you've got cousins that are similar ages, you might be able to chip away at that.
Yeah, I mean,
And I feel like the way to do it is to like invite them to stuff that would expose them to more viewpoints and things that might make them change their mind, rather than being like, let's have a political debate. Because whenever you do that, people kind of like retreat onto their sides.
Yeah.
And it's a me versus you. But
yeah.
But you just like, invite somebody out to dinner with like 14 people that are different, and maybe you can just do it slowly.
Yeah. The worst part is when they have like stats and stuff, and they're like, how do you explain this stat? And I'm like, I don't really know what that stat is, or if it's real right now, because I guess you did a little bit of research, and now I'm not really prepared to answer the stat.
Yeah, you put like I think that the better way to do it is like invite them out with somebody, and they get to know someone, and then you say, oh, Linda had an abortion actually, and then they're like, oh, but I'm against that, but I like Linda, so how does this compute? And then you can sort of, by introducing them to people that have had different life experiences, you can kind of like make them a little more accepting.
Yeah, but it's going to be, the older you are, the less you can nudge them, it seems.
Yeah. And also it'll be a lot of effort. So if you want to just not hang out with your in-laws that much, I think that's also fine.
Here's a really tough one. I probably should have saved this for later, because this is just breaking my brain. I can't quite get to the bottom of it. RB Friend 20 says, what's the best Tom Cruise movie?
Damn. Well, I know the answer, so I'll let you go ahead.
I think I know your answer.
Okay, what's that?
Your answer. Wait, did you see the new Top Gun?
I have not.
Okay.
Do you think that'll be my answer once I see it?
It'll be up there, but I think your favorite is Edge of Tomorrow.
That's correct, because that's also my favorite movie.
Right, and
So,
it happens to be a Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the only answer for me.
Well, it's tough because it's like, do you want the best movie that Tom Cruise is in, or do you want the best Tom Cruise movie? You know what I mean?
What do you think? Yeah, what do you think those things are? Like, what's the best movie that Tom Cruise is also in?
Like, my personal favorite movie that Tom Cruise is in is A Few Good Men, because I like watched it a
yeah.
lot growing up, and I have like a special affinity for those lines and scenes. But
That
I
one's
wouldn't
certainly up
necessarily
there for me.
call it like a classic Tom Cruise movie because he's not like running, jumping, punching, which is like stuff that you consider
Mm-hmm.
from a Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah, I guess there was a time though when he shifted to become the action star Tom Cruise. Like, because before it was like Risky Business, Jerry Maguire, A Few Good Men, Rain Man. Like those are just like him acting.
Yeah,
You know,
he used to be a
That's not
movie
him
star.
like right. That's not just him jumping off buildings. I feel like that was more once he did like Mission Impossible.
Yeah, which might be the best Tom Cruise movie. It's like one of those later Mission Impossibles, like Ghost Protocol or something.
Yeah,
where he's
also
like
really good.
running, jumping, doing crazy stunts. But then it's
Yeah.
also a great movie as well.
I think A Few Good Men is probably my number 2, and I also do think that's a Tom Cruise movie. He's certainly the lead. That's a
Yeah.
Cruise vehicle,
He's a star, but he's not an action star.
right? Which is okay.
But in the new Top Gun, he's not only acting in a cool Tom Cruise way, but he's also flying a fighter jet.
He's actually flying it too, right?
That's correct, yeah. So like when he's doing crazy flying stunts, like in an F whatever 18, like that's actually him flying the plane, which is crazy.
That's nuts. That's wild.
I think you'd dig it.
All right, I'll see it.
If the entire Headgum crew writes Ignore the Spots had to wrestle, who would win?
Great question.
Does
There's
he-
a couple.
Do
There's
they
a couple.
You think this? Are you
Yeah.
imagining a Royal Rumble, or is it like a one-on-one tournament?
I guess like some kind of like seeded thing, almost like a March Madness style bracket, where we like do a play-in. We have like head-to-head matches. So like the top contenders end up fighting at the end. You know.
Yeah.
So, and then there's like 30 people that work at Headgum now.
And you've wrestled probably close to 20 of them already.
Most of that was during the peer interview process.
Yeah. Take me down with a
I
job.
leg swept Johnny.
Who are you thinking? Who would we consider as like the final four?
Top tier contenders. I'm thinking Katie Moose,
Athletic.
sleeper athlete. Yeah, played college, wiped the floor with Jeff at basketball.
She also played-
Actually, I don't know if she played. I don't know if
played
Oh yeah,
football.
wait. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, she played high school. Didn't she play up into high school football, or maybe it was
Yeah, it
eighth
was like
grade?
Yeah, it was like middle
Pop
school.
Warner.
Tackle
Yeah.
football though.
Right. Yeah, hit her head so hard she walked into the wrong huddle.
Yeah.
So like a real a competitor.
That's right.
I think Brad Hild. He's an athlete.
Yeah, he's
an
like a-
endurance runner.
Yeah, long distance
climber.
runner. Yeah.
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 So he's got that like competitive streak, also that no quit attitude. Like we'll wrestle through the pain. Micah's a little beefcake. He's
And he's
compact
also
like a pit bull.
and it's
like,
hard to take him
strong.
down. Yeah.
Yeah,
Micah's
he
strong.
exercises a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, have any of these people wrestled before? Because I feel like
Excuse
there's
me, I'm still talking.
Yeah. No, like that's how the podcast works. You talk and then sometimes I talk. Okay, let's hear who
Ryan
else is-
Chambers, new hire.
Yeah, he's tall.
He's like 6'5", thick, strong. All right, now I'm done.
seems like he's sort of reached
Go
for the
ahead.
last one.
No, I really wanted to mention Ryan.
Whenever we do something athletic, Dane is usually at the top. So it's
Oh,
tough
that
to
was-
discount
yeah.
Dane, who's
Right.
sort of
That
like
was-
a soccer player / seemingly can do it all.
Right. That actually Dane was on my mind when we first started talking as well. I feel like he just finds that extra gear, like will not lose, will
Yeah.
find a way to win.
Right.
I could imagine Dane like kind of like poking Ryan's eyes in a no holds barred wrestling match to sneak into the Elite Eight.
Wow. What about Jeffrey? Jeffrey's pretty big.
He's docile though. and
He's too calm.
Yeah, and he's got too many ailments. He's got the ankles that are too thin. He has
the
the eyes that are
thankles.
too dry.
Yeah, dries and thankles.
Dries and thankles. And I think he fears confrontation. I think I could kind of chase him out of the ring if I needed to.
Oh, you put yourself in there because you didn't really mention that.
Yeah, I mean, well, I was counting on you. What do you think I would? Where do you think I would place?
Well, I really like your final four.
Yeah,
Chambers as the five.
yeah.
But ultimately, I would probably have to.
What
say-
round do you see me going down in? If not the finals, when?
I would think you would lose to your brother probably because he's sort of
Yeah. Well,
lower,
ideally, we'd
so-
be playing in a different bracket, so I could face him in the finals. So
I could
put me
see
on a
you as
different-
like a silly first round out for him because he's like he's been sort of training you, but like the student hasn't passed the master yet style.
I see. Yeah.
And like he'd be able to sort of like maintain a low center of
Why don't I
gravity.
kick your ass? Why don't I kick your ass, Blumenfeld? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you get through Micah,
about-
maybe you can get the winner.
How about
of-
we don't even do this Headgum fucking tournament? Just me versus you at the studio next week. Huh?
Well, I mean, I don't really think of wrestling as something that I'm
Noon
good.
in the fucking parking lot on
Why?
Wednesday.
Why can't we do
Yeah.
it on grass? I don't want to do it on concrete because it actually.
Were you
hurts to
ever
fall on that.
challenged to a fight in school like they do in the movies? Like meet me at 3 p.m. on the playground.
No. I didn't even go to a public school, so like there wasn't even that kind of fighting going on. It was all
Mm-hmm.
just like pretty well-to-do, well-behaved Jewish kids. There was no
Yeah.
there was no crazy bullying or fighting happening really.
Right. That's cool.
All right, let's have Micah and Dane duke it out. I feel like that's my final two, and then
Yeah.
it's hard to say who would win between the two of them.
Micah and Dane. Yeah. Yeah, I don't hate that.
But I think the winner will ultimately be who like has the wrestling strategy technique, because I don't know the first thing about like how to like get people down, how to get up from that.
Yeah.
Strategy.
I feel like there's people that actually wrestle. Like, I think Pyle wrestled in high school, and Michael also
Really?
wrestled in high school.
Really wrestled in high school.
Yeah.
We didn't even consider Pyle.
Yeah. Oh, actually, Peter MacArthur has some fucking size on him, too.
Jesus. All right, we'll have to figure it out. We'll have to actually do this at the next.
Yeah. At the next
Offsite.
retreat. Yeah. Instead of Top Golf, we're just going to fucking fight each other.
Greco-Roman style. All right, here's another pretty simple one.
Yeah.
Nathan Tony says, Utah, thoughts?
Utah thoughts?
Yeah, thoughts on Utah.
Pro Utah. I think Utah's might be in my top 10 states. I know I've done those. I've gone through it recently, but
Yeah.
it's in the upper area for sure because of Zion, because of Moab Arches National Park, Bryce
Yeah.
Canyon.
Yeah.
We've been to Salt Lake City once or twice.
For shows.
Yeah, didn't spend a ton of time there, but it was fun while we were there. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful state. You?
Hard pass.
On Utah.
No
Yeah.
thanks. It's too dry, too religious.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
do mean both the alcohol and the amount of oxygen in the
Yeah,
air.
the alcohol thing is kind of annoying, actually.
Yeah, and it's very dry to be
Yeah.
there. It's like high plain style.
Okay.
Desert.
So what's your favorite state? California, obviously.
Well, Arizona, yeah.
Really? So that's super dry.
All right, so let's say fucking Florida.
It's definitely more humid in
Moist,
Florida.
yeah.
That's
Louisiana.
But I feel like now you're just choosing your states based on
Moistness.
like your criteria for not liking Utah.
Yeah.
Why don't you just tell me what state you like without trying to like
Let's
prove
go.
a point?
Let's go Cali 1,
Yeah.
New York 2,
Love that.
or
Texas.
3? Because it's
No
so
shit.
big
Wow.
and has delicious food.
Right.
4, let's say Washington State as 4.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Washington State is 4. Number 5, the answer will shock you.
Because it is Arizona.
It's Nevada.
No cap. It's actually, wow. Because you love Vegas.
Yes, exactly. So I just think of my favorite cities and then back down from there. And Florida has a fun factor to it because it's got the Miami plus the whole beaches vibe of it all, which is fun. It's also warm. I like a warm weather state.
Would it kill you to say Missouri? Would it kill you to say Missouri? Our fans in St. Louis are clamoring for it.
Not a huge fan of the landlocked middle 30.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there is anyone I've forgotten so far. Michigan's pretty fun. I'll throw Michigan up there as far as cold weather states. Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
Okay, let's take a break, answer some more questions on the other side of these messages.
Love it.
Thank you to Manscaped for sponsoring this episode of our show.
That is right.
Oh my gosh, Father's Day is right around the corner.
Oh, shit.
Imagine
that's true.
turning your daddy into some sort of zaddy with a gift that lets him trim his pubes down there.
Yeah, the gift that keeps on shaving.
Yes, I mean, 4 million men worldwide already trust Manscaped. Who's to say your dad shouldn't and isn't already one of them?
That's true. That's fair.
And not only that, but if you use our coupon code If I Were You, you'll get 20% off and free shipping. So you'll go to Manscaped and you'll see their incredible offering. I mean, they got the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, the Weed Whacker, which is an ear and nose hair trimmer. They got Crop Preserver, Ball Deodorant, Crop Reviver Toner, Boxer Briefs, travel bags, everything that a man-scaped in your life would want.
Right. Both you and your dad.
Yes. So you can even get like a matching Manscaped situation. One for you and one for your father.
Right. You could shave your nuts together
What?
as a bonding thing.
What would bring you and your dad closer than that?
Yeah. Nothing.
You can get 20% off, like we said, and free shipping with that code If I Were You at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. You just use that code If I Were You.
Toda.
Oh, look at this. For the one of the talking points is shake what your mama gave you. Nah, shake what your daddy gave you.
Oh, okay.
Which feels mildly inspired by us at the very least.
Yeah, definitely the nah.
All right, thank you, Manscaped.
Thank you.
Thank you to Truebill for sponsoring this episode of our show.
Hello, Truebill.
Jake, I don't know if you know this, but free trials sort of auto-renew sometimes, and then they just start charging you for that without your consent.
Yes, I did know that. Yes, it's fucked up.
Quasi-legal John Wolfe-style business scam to get you.
Technically not illegal, just kind of fucked.
Exactly. It's like, oh, you didn't read the fine print when you clicked accept? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, so it's $72 a year, and you sort of opted in for a 3-year plan.
Yeah, it's a 3-day trial that auto-renews at $79 annum.
You didn't click on read more at the bottom of the terms of service? Well, Truebill helps you catch those unwanted payments, and on average, people save up to $720 a year with Truebill.
Damn right.
They go through your accounts and they basically unsubscribe from all the stuff that you didn't probably want to subscribe to begin with.
Yeah, that's right. I actually used Truebill the day before they ran ads on our podcast. I signed up, I used it, I saved cash, and then they booked ads. So it works, and I did it on my own.
It's Kismet/Destiny, so don't fall for subscription scams. Start canceling today at Truebill.com/If I Were You.
Hell yeah.
Go right now to Truebill.com/If I Were You. It could save you thousands a year.
Amazing.
What are you going to do with all that extra cash?
Spend it at the club. No, I actually might be going to the club tonight.
Yeah,
so
I have a pretty
–
crippling club addiction, and I might be end
Yeah.
up spending a lot of that cash at the club.
Yes, bottle service.
On a Monday.
Best day to go.
Thank you, Truebill. And we're back. Jake, do you have any?
On to let's do the fight.
Mom, I'm coming. Gross.
Yeah, I do. I made a TikTok last night. I made TikTok
bread last night?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all,
So lots
wow.
happened. Yeah.
Second
I
of all-
re-downloaded TikTok. I had deleted TikTok.
Okay.
I downloaded TikTok again.
Okay.
I posted my first talk. And
Pulling it up now. What's your name on
it's
TikTok?
actually Jake Hurwitz. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
8 million views. Holy shit! It's you doing
ended
the
up
Lizzo
going
dance.
pretty viral. Yeah.
In a minute, I'm gonna need a. Yeah, you're twerking to this shit. All right, what am
That's
I
right,
seeing
fully
here?
nude.
This is a little bike trip sort of montage.
I just
That's
made a
nice.
little vignette, and that's it. Yeah.
So this is so unlike you. Like, one, you don't like to use TikTok. Seemingly, two,
Correct.
you don't like to like post stuff to any social media.
Correct.
Three, when you do, it's usually like a coy, sarcastic thing. This is just a genuine montage of you bike riding set to a song.
Exactly
So,
right.
Walk me through everything. By the way, you're only following one person, and that's me.
It doesn't seem like I need to follow anybody because the TikTok algorithm just shows me people from my contacts all the time.
That's true. And the more you use the app, the less you'll actually see like clips of people you follow. It's more just the For You page as it learns your preferences.
Yeah, and I like the For You page. That's been nice. Though for a brief spell, they really thought that I was into like surgery and pimple popping.
I see.
And I needed to tell them that wasn't the vibe. Then they thought I was into like people fighting each other, like hidden camera footage of like people getting decked. And I don't like that either.
So what made you want to re-download firstly, and then secondly, what made you want to post?
All right, there have been a couple things. I took up the new hobby of surfing, and I felt like I've just been doing things in my life that are making me happier, filling my heart with joy. And I was driving to the beach with Micah, and he was kind of like, "You should just post like some of this stuff on TikTok." Because I also like have been liking on Instagram, like Instagram Reels, just kind of like day in the life of people that are doing seemingly nice, happy things.
Right.
And then I just went on a bike ride with Jill, and I like took 5 videos, and then I select them on TikTok. TikTok kind of like cropped them all to a certain length, and then I just chose and then it was like, you can add this song. It was the first one, and I listened to it. I was like, oh, that's nice, and then I posted it.
But
So, yeah.
what made you want to even get TikTok? Because you didn't even have TikTok.
I think what made me want to do it was kind of a way to like capture these like nice outings and nice days, and a video compilation. Remember I texted you like a month or two ago. I was like, what's that 1 second every day app? So I was thinking about doing something like that. But yeah, I just like these like 10-second, 15-second compilations of like something nice that I did. It's almost like a nice little diary.
Right. So you're using it
And it's
almost like
easier-
a video log versus
Yeah.
content
Like sometimes
you want to go viral.
Right, exactly. Though I'd love for everybody to just follow for the vibe, because that's the vibe.
And now do you find yourself using TikTok as a consumer?
Unfortunately, yes. I do just want the archive of like nice bike rides, days to the beach, climbing trips, that type of thing.
Yeah.
But then I have found myself just kind of like scrolling through teenagers getting pranked and women in baggy shirts that then turn into a bikini. So that's kind of like,
It's all over the place. It's like baking tips and also the worst people you know punching a teacher in the back of the head and laughing.
yeah.
Just like society, it's just filled with the best and worst people all at once.
And it kind of reminds me of like what I used to do on Tinder when I was like back when I was single, where I'd be like going to bed. I'm like, I'm just going to swipe until I see someone I like. And then you end up swiping for like 45 minutes because you're like constantly looking for that next.
It's a never ending
spark.
stream. Yeah.
So then I'm like going through TikTok, like, oh, I just want to see like one thing that makes me happy before bed. And then cut to, it's just like 20 minutes later and I've looked at fuck all. I have no idea.
Right. That's the bad part of TikTok. But I still think TikTok's like my new favorite social media because it can be so helpful and entertaining at the same time.
Yeah. What's like your favorite thing that you've seen on TikTok recently?
Oh, great question. Let me go to my likes. There's this one guy that I follow that just mics himself up hitting on girls and asking them out, and I find it very interesting to see like, wow, this guy's just instantly talking to a stranger and asking for their number, and whether he posts the successes and not the failures. I'm like, wow, this works every single time. A lot of funny responses to that. That one's pretty good. A lot of like tennis tips I'm seeing. Like, this is like Serena's old coach. It's like, this is how you serve. This is how you hit a forehand.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I need that.
Really good. What else have I liked recently? Clips from the making of Top Gun. So that was just entertaining. Sometimes it's just like original content. Like, this is my joke. Like, Avital posts stand-up jokes. And then sometimes it's like, hey, remember this scene from that movie, or like these outtakes? This is why it's important. And it's like, here's fucking Tom Selleck talking to Rosie O'Donnell on the Rosie O'Donnell show in 2002 about gun control. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And then also it's like, this is a dog licking a newborn chicken, pretending like it's its own puppy. I'm like, oh, that's nice too.
Yeah.
It has it all. Jeffrey's on here. George Saba's on here. Josh Rubin's on here.
So you follow those people and you go to the For You page, and then also do you go to your follows page? You go to like check out
I mostly go
pals.
I mostly go to my For You page.
I see.
Oh, look, first one, a Tom Cruise interview.
There you go.
I'll watch that one later.
So young.
Ping
Do
pong.
you put like earphones in when you're on TikTok? Do you turn the sound on?
No, I usually just watch it when I'm at home by myself or
And the sound is
selfish.
just out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, that's my TikTok regimen.
How often do you post?
I used to post more. I haven't posted too often. I used to try to like post a few times a week, but I feel like I haven't posted in a while.
Gotcha.
I need to be inspired.
Yeah.
Here's a thing that came out recently that I thought, since it just happened during this podcast, we can weigh in on it like breaking news, even though by the time we release it, it'll be a week old.
Of course.
It looks like, according to some Slack messages we got, you can now edit iMessages.
Edit iMessages.
Yeah. Do you ever use WhatsApp?
No.
So I use WhatsApp because I'm on a few groups that have a friend of mine that doesn't have an iPhone. And with WhatsApp, you can delete texts before like people see it. You can't edit, but you can delete. And so you can't do that with iMessage. Until now, I guess they're adding that ability to edit iMessages.
Wow. So you can like send a drunk text at night and delete it first thing in the morning, and it might not go through.
Yeah. Well, it'll go through if they see it, but if they didn't see it,
Right,
it'll
right.
just say this message was deleted.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Very interesting.
You just spilled all over myself. That's insane. And it was caught on camera. This is the problem with fucking live
Everyone
streams.
must subscribe to the video version of this. But you look like a fool. You look like you drooled.
My bottle drooled. What the hell was that? Was this a prank?
You obviously didn't. That is a bottle that has two caps. You didn't screw on the first cap quite tight enough.
Yes, exactly.
Is it water in
this
there?
part? No,
Yeah,
it's ice.
exactly.
It's cold brew. So like this didn't go
That's
screw
cool.
on
So
it.
that-
And then there's another top that I don't even fuck
Yeah.
with anymore because it's unnecessary to have both. I feel like.
Right. Well, the other one is for traveling. So if you need to
Yeah, it
like
doesn't
be on the
spill
move
out.
somewhere, it doesn't spill. But yeah, it's just hanging out on your.
But
on
this
your
one
desk.
spilled
You don't need it.
regardless. It was kind of messed up that it didn't let you delete iMessages anyway. Like, once I send it to you, like, let me delete it. Like, it's not fair that it's like, no, sorry, it's permanent. You sent it. Now you can never unsend it. I feel like that's,
Yeah.
It only makes sense to let me, the guy that sent it, be able to say never mind.
I see. That's interesting. I feel like as somebody who I do a lot of like reacting to text messages, like when somebody asks me to do something or whatever. So it's kind of, it would be weird, I think, if somebody had the access to just delete something that I was like responding to or working on.
Yeah. I guess it's like talking. You can't
What if
take
you need
something
that
back.
messages?
Or an email
Yeah.
you can't unsend.
I mean, editing something does seem nice. I feel like I've definitely sent a message and then realized there's a mistake, and then I'd rather like, I don't want to like correct myself with the asterisk, which I usually do though, because I don't want anyone to think that I'm dumb,
Right.
which I am.
Yeah, sometimes it's like a word that's like I obviously knew what you meant, but now I still have to like do an asterisk. And then sometimes you do the asterisk and it autocorrects it again. You're like, no, not believe. I meant believe. Oh, sorry, believe. Oh, sorry, believe.
Yeah. What the duck? Duck.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean duck.
Damn it. Yeah. So I guess Apple announced that there's a new iMessage that'll let you do that.
Is that one of the things that there is the Apple thing today?
Yes, it's happening now, that keynote thing.
I see. What's like the big things?
It seems like it's that new iMessages.
Just that there's not like a new iPhone, a new MacBook.
Yeah, maybe there is a new hardware thing, but the iMessage thing is what people are fucking up in a tizzy about.
I see. It doesn't seem like it matters either way.
That's a huge update. Software.
Whatever.
All right, let's answer a few more cues.
Yeah, why not?
We're already here. Let me pull it up. I feel like Twitter's next in terms of editing, right? You can't fucking...
Yeah, it's insane that they don't let you edit. Is it so there's not like a bait and switch where you're like you say, "Hey, I love Hillary Clinton," and then everybody likes it, and then you say, "Actually, I like Trump," and then
Yeah, everybody
that
like
liked
retweeted it.
Yeah.
But what about like editing spelling within the first 30 seconds of a tweet? There could be a
that should be
happy
allowed.
medium.
Yeah, for sure.
Who's your favorite athlete of all time? Ricky Bojo 99.
Damn, favorite athlete of all time?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think like who is the athlete that I like was most into at one point in my life.
Babe
Like
Ruth.
really?
How
I feel like
cool is that?
He lived and died much before our
The
time.
great Bambino.
Yeah.
Spilling more on myself. Yeah, I would say I have a lot in common with Mickey Mantle. We both
cold
got
brew.
sauce on our shirts.
Probably. That's interesting. Well, damn. Well, I know yours. I guess yours is obvious.
Mine is Kobe for sure. My
Yeah.
favorite Laker for 20 years while I followed basketball. He was, around for the majority of my life still. I'm still not 40, so 20 years of the 39.
Yeah, that's pretty big. That's major.
Whoa.
I feel like it must be like Derek Jeter or Mike Mussina. Like that was probably my peak being into sports was when I was into the Yankees when I was in high school and college.
Firstly,
And-
do you know Derek Jeter just joined Twitter?
No, I did not.
I guess he's like,
Why?
he's making a documentary about himself or a show about himself, kind of like The Last Dance. And so he
interesting.
joined Twitter to like tweet about the show, and he's on social media for the first time ever.
Wow. And he's posting?
Yeah, Derek Jeter, like you've never seen him, the captain on July 18th on ESPN.
That's awesome. I'll definitely be watching that.
The
Captain
problem is,
Clutch?
like, is he like Michael Jordan is this larger than life character? Like Derek Jeter seems like one of the most boring superstars of all time. Like I never care. Maybe I'm just not a Yankee fan, but like I don't care
Yeah.
what he looks and sounds and what's his personality like.
I feel like the interesting thing though is that he's always been so guarded around like media and like being out there as a personality. So it would be kind of interesting.
Right. I guess it's all. Yeah. I'm just like the
That's more
trailer
what-
is loading. It's like, what is Derek about? What's he really like? Nobody
Yeah.
really knows.
Right. So it's the intrigue. That's what is supposed to sell it.
Yeah,
Who's
it's
the man
a
behind all of
seven-part-
these hits?
7-part doc called The Captain.
I can imagine it not being super interesting. He is kind of boring. But
Then he
he's
went
great.
to Michigan and was a double-A baseballer there. Okay.
Yeah. And he stayed at one team his whole entire life.
Yep.
And that was it.
Pretty good.
He's great.
Secondly, do you know that the Yankees are like the best team in baseball right now? Do you have any idea?
Yeah. No, I've actually. So I went to an early game with Streeter this season. And then I got in the habit, something I used to always do was listen to the games on the radio. And I've been listening to the games. I listened to the game yesterday.
Oh, so you're sort of getting back into it.
Yeah, I'm like vaguely, I wouldn't say like caught. I'm aware of how good they're doing. And I have been really enjoying listening to the games on the radio.
New favorite player? Who's your new Jeter?
I mean, probably Judge. He's just big and huge and hits the ball hard.
Yeah,
so I like that.
Chicks
I like
dig
that
the
about him.
long ball.
Yeah,
You know he's 6'7". Jesus,
yeah. He looks like a superhero.
he really does. My God, he's like Rob Gronkowski size, but also hitting home runs.
Yeah, but I've heard all of the players' names, but I feel like the 2001 to 2009 Yankee team, like every iteration, I like knew all those guys, and I like felt like I knew their personalities. You know, the Scott Brocious, the Chuck Knobloch
Of the world.
Yeah. But now I don't think I have that on the Yankees at all. I basically just can conjure up an image of Judge, and that's it. And everybody else is, they're just names that I hear on the radio. So I should probably start watching some games.
Yeah, that way when the playoffs start and you're watching the team, you're like, oh, I actually know who that guy is.
Yeah, that's actually it's good unsolicited advice for me to follow. I want to start getting into the Yankees again.
Yeah, you can download the FanDuel app and start betting on the games. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that would ruin it for me.
Well,
baseball is
put
pure.
like $8,000 on the fucking Yankees Marlins over 8.5 runs. I feel like you'll pay really close attention if Judge goes yard or not. If
that's actually true.
your next meal actually depends on like whether or not they score 5 runs that inning or whatever. I feel like you'll get really invested.
I feel like that would taint the sport for me. It would make it not about baseball, and it would make it about cash. I don't want that for me. I don't need that on my conscience. I don't need that on my card.
Well, use my promo code just so that when you sign up, I can get some bonus.
I see.
FanDuel
So this is why you
bucks.
chose this question too.
Well, it didn't hurt, right? Because now
chicks dig the long con.
that's really good. That's like for when a baseball player ends up in some sort of Bernie Williams Madoff style scheme.
Bernie Williams Madoff. That's good.
How dope is that? That's, by the way, like we glossed by that, but that's really, really good. When you said chicks dig the long con, which sort of meant nothing, and I brought it home with a Bernie Williams Madoff, I was not only able to use one of your Yankee players from the past, but also tie it back into the random garbage you spewed out.
Yeah. And you know what? It's
threw a
actually
bad
time. We often honor the cleanup hitter, that person that hits that long ball that we mentioned. But what about that leadoff batter? Because the winning run doesn't get to win unless the tying run gets to score. And for that, I will be awarding myself the golden mic. And for you, you glory hog, you glory hedgehog, that will be a turdy for trying to force my hand and give you a golden mic that you didn't deserve, that you didn't earn, that you wouldn't have even been, it wouldn't have been possible if it weren't for me batting leadoff, getting on base with the long con. Let's go to break before you even respond. I think we have some sponsors to thank.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's go. It's probably Squarespace. What are the fucking? Have you ever?
It's not, and we don't go right into it.
Yeah.
We throw it a break.
We throw it at the break.
Of course.
Let's just fucking do a magic spoon to clear the air.
No.
Or something.
It's not that either.
It's a weird energy right now, and I feel like you're mad at me. Okay.
You often get mad, and then you get mad at me for bringing up the energy.
I get angry, then a defensive.
Yeah, instantly in one fell swoop. All right, let's take a break. Thank you to Fuzzy for sponsoring this episode of our show.
Fuzzy.
Yes.
Fuzzy.
This
Tell
is
me
actually
everything.
It's a great idea. It's 24/7 access to personalized pet care from veterinary professionals. This happened to me recently. with our dog started coughing in the middle of the night. We're like, okay, what do we do? I can't just fucking text a vet, but also it's 2 a.m. I don't want to drive this dog to an emergency clinic across town and wait 3 hours for it to be seen. Maybe he's fine. If only we had Fuzzy, we can get expert opinion and analysis 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Damn, it's incredible.
They can answer your pet questions, big and small, urgent and every day, and they can also recommend the exact right products for your pet.
Perfect.
So if you got a little guy or even a big guy, maybe it's like a fat cat or a small dog or something like that, Fuzzy is offering our listeners a free 7-day trial membership. Just go to yourfuzzy.com/ifiwereyou today to sign up. That's a free 7-day trial and access to your exclusive member discounts on pet meds, supplements, foods, and more at yourfuzzy.com/ifiwereyou.
Okay.
Personalized pet care. I wish I had that kind of healthcare. I want to be able to text someone for my needs too, but I'll take it for my dog right now. It's yourfuzzy.com/ifiwereyou for your free trial of Fuzzy with access to 24/7 personalized pet care and vet recommended products.
Damn.
Thank you, Fuzzy.
Thank you.
Thank you to Impact for sponsoring this episode of our show.
Indeed.
Yes, Impact lets you choose from 13 impact values like clean air, gender equality, sustainability, and fair labor, and then you invest in companies that help further those values.
It's beautiful.
I guess I would choose a climate change as my value that I think about the most, because it sort of feels like we're hurtling towards an ending in which cities near the coast are going to be underwater soon. And I would like to sort of slow our roll towards that reality.
Staving off the end of the world, putting off the end of days seems like a good cause, I would say.
And with Impact, you can make impact investing easy because they have zero commissions on U.S. stocks and ETFs. You can make investments as small as $1. And they have an app that you can try risk-free with $10,000 of virtual cash in simulated trading so you can get used to the motions.
Incredible.
So don't delay. Download that app today and use code IFIWEREYOU to get $30 of stock credit when you invest $1,000.
Wow.
So download the Impact app and use our code IFIWEREYOU to get $30 of stock credit when you invest $1,000 with that code IFIWEREYOU.
All right.
And it's also just like a really good online brokerage app because it was rated the #1 online broker of 2021 by Barron's.
Damn.
And it's been in the business for more than 43 years, handling over 1.5 million client accounts. Again, that's Impact.
All right.
By Interactive Brokers.
Go for it, folks.
Thank you, Impact.
Thank you.
And we're back.
Yes.
Turns out there are new MacBook Airs. It's not just the iMessage thing. Yeah.
Amazing.
So
all right, great.
You can get a new laptop too.
Should we buy that?
I don't like right now. It's just, you just, I don't even know if they're available.
I bought you 2.
Don't buy me a fucking computer, and definitely don't buy me 2.
Why don't you just Venmo me? Because for the convenience of getting 2 computers.
That's not convenient. That's the opposite of convenience.
Venmo me $500 over cost because I got them
over face.
Over face.
Actually, this is a similar question. Cream of the Crop, aka Hillary Tong, asks, "What's your best purchase of 2022?"
Gotta be
retail therapy.
It's got to be my 5mm wetsuit.
Really, 5mm?
Thick wetsuit for those cold days out in the Rockaways.
Yeah. Actually,
really incredible. The water is so cold, but you can't really feel it because this wetsuit is so good.
So you can't feel it at all?
You can feel it a little bit. Like you feel it on your face when you first jump in. It's kind of bracing. It goes down the back of the wetsuit. You're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But then it warms up pretty quickly and then you don't really feel it at all.
Wow. Is it easy to put on and take off?
No. It's hard to do that for sure.
Because like you have to sort of like slide it on and it's rubbery and sticky.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's always cold out really early when you put it on, right?
Yeah, I haven't gone surfing on like a day where it was like below 40, but I've been when it's between like 40 and 50, I guess. It's pretty cold, but not that bad.
I would say it's this freaking bottle for me, but the spill.
But you got that for free.
Yeah.
You didn't really purchase that.
It's sabotaged. It's spilled.
Yeah, it's a nice bottle, but yeah,
It's a nice bottle, but it's not really. It's
I
hard
do
to
think
get-
that was human error.
Really?
I don't think that was on the bottle. I don't think you screwed the top on tight enough.
Yeah, it was. It didn't create a good seal.
Yeah, I think that was on you.
Let's clip that out and sort of turn it into like a silly.
You can't clip it out because you've had
situation.
coffee on your shirt the entire. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So you want to promote it? Okay,
Created
good.
it, yeah.
Yeah, we'll make
You
it
can still see
TikTok.
the stain.
Yeah, it's quite visible.
Cause and there's nothing that gets that out. Like that's baked into the fabric of the shirt now. Probably.
Yeah, that's your shirt.
The
You
shirt
basically
is
have to
stained,
soak the whole thing in coffee.
which is actually not a terrible idea in terms
It would
of
be a
like
shade darker, which is
yeah,
fine.
and also smell like caffeine.
Yeah.
If you could join any after-school curricular activity now, what would you choose? Asks Andrew. Andrew Shank.
After school curricular activity.
Yeah.
I guess.
I'd like to join a high school basketball team and see how I stack up
Yeah.
competition.
God, I was gonna say a soccer team, but I think it would be really hard. Like everybody would
Maybe
be
it'd
so
have to be
fast.
younger. Yeah, maybe it'd have to be the 7th grade team
Yeah,
for the basketball
Yeah.
and the soccer.
that's probably what I'd have to do.
Because if I'm not necessarily, I don't have the endurance of like a 13-year-old, but I can at the very least be tall considering they're
Right, exactly.
They might all
you
be
can
like
take up a
5'2".
lot of space. Right.
I could be like a center almost. As long as those little frickin' ankle biters don't body me down low, because that could also pretty kind of hurt.
Just you getting hard fouled by an 11-year-old.
He decks
That's
me.
a technical.
Draymond
That's
Green
a
style.
technical.
Of course, he can't get kicked out because the refs want him to stay in the game.
Yeah, and you should be the coach, not a player. But what are you gonna do?
What's the worst food/gas station snack to eat in a car during a road trip? Asks Love It Ryan.
I think I'm over jerky. I think it smells. The smell is so overpowering
Interesting.
that it's not worth opening. It'll ruin the car.
But how do you like the taste of it?
I like the taste of it, but not enough to like have my car and my fingers smell like jerky for the rest of the day.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I would say the powdered donuts thing, like the kind that's like with crumbs or powdered donuts everywhere, like Health Valley Crunch bars that just get crumbs everywhere,
Yeah.
or the
ones getting
powdered
messy
donuts, like the sleeve of powdered donuts.
Yep.
I don't really like powdered sugar.
Yeah. I don't mind powdered sugar, but definitely not in the car.
What does the Jake and Amir multiverse of madness look like? Says Sean Wisby11. Did you watch that movie? It was like a Doctor Strange movie.
No, I still have to. I still got to see it.
Have you seen every Marvel movie?
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just not
maybe
that
not
one?
every single one. Most of them. That one's new enough that I don't know if it's on I basically always just watch them on the plane. I think I went to the end game or whatever the last one was. I went to that one in the theaters, but usually I watch them on planes.
And do you love them? Or
Or
you're
at
like a
home.
kid? You're like, this is awesome. The fucking bad guys and like the good guys. Or you're like watching it as a cynical adult being like, this is the same movie over and over. It's not that good.
Kind of both. It's yeah. I think when one is really good, they are really, really good. But sometimes now it can retreat into its formulaic
Nature.
base.
Yeah.
Nature. So sometimes that happens. I feel like I definitely watch it with a more jaded, cynical eye than I used to. But I can still be moved when one is really good.
Wow. What's your favorite and least favorite, if you remember?
Man, I feel like still Captain America is really, really up there. Black Panther, incredible. The final Marvel, which I can't remember the name of now. I think it's Endgame, the final one. That one's
Infinity
up there
War
too. Oh yeah,
something.
no, Infinity War is the one before that. I thought.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay. Yeah. And least favorite? Least favorite.
What about your least favorite?
Yeah, that's hard to pinpoint. I'd have to look at the IMDb, which will take up way too much time.
So you never watched one and then you were like, that was terrible. That sucked. I can't believe I watched that.
I mean, I definitely have. Oh, Spider-Man No Way. Oh wait, No Way Home is the one that I liked. The other Spider-Man I thought was really bad. Eternals was awful. Okay, didn't like Eternals. I liked Black Widow. Oh, Venom. Those are Marvel movies? That's in the cinematic universe, I guess. Yeah. Those are terrible. Yeah. Ant-Man, didn't like Ant-Man. Loved Guardians.
Seems like a lot of them you don't like, but you're still going to watch them all, right?
Yeah, I'll still watch them all. Definitely.
So like there's bad
Civil
ones
War, and then Avengers Endgame. Okay.
Ninterd. Wow, it breaks my mind. Ninterd writes, what's the lowest effort gift that's still respectable enough to work?
Wait, say it again.
What's the lowest effort gift that is still respectable enough to work?
For who?
Like you show up to a party or a loved one's gathering. Here's a gift. $10 Jamba Juice gift card, probably not respectable enough to work. But
I think flowers.
Equally low effort.
Flowers, because I think they're beautiful, but they're like thoughtful enough. I think they're more thoughtful than like alcohol.
Right. It's like a nice planted. Nobody's ever like, oh, you got me fucking flowers. Thanks.
Right. You have to seek out a plant shop, basically.
Yeah, which is pretty low effort.
Yeah, low effort, but also like I feel like alcohol. It's like you could theoretically, you might have an unopened bottle of something at your house.
Yeah, a dusty bottle of wine. You're like, oh, yeah, nice.
Exactly. I think flowers.
Best Blink 182 song to sing at karaoke, asked Tate MMCC.
Gotta be. It does feel like All the Small Things, because it's got the nas, and I really think in a good karaoke song you want the na 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 na. Yeah, you want to have the na na nas.
Yeah.
You?
One of my favorite Blink songs that isn't, I guess it might be considered one of their most famous ones, but not quite on the All the Small Things level, is
Josie.
The song is "Let's Go, Don't Wait, This Night's Almost
First
Over."
Date.
Yeah, that's a great song. Yeah. I don't know how good of a karaoke jam it is.
Okay, all right.
We'll make it last forever.
I think it's pretty good. If you know all the words to that one, I think it's fun, because I feel like people know the chorus, so you have to know everything else.
Did you know that like Travis Barker would be like the most famous guy like 20 years later? Is that kind of a weird development that like he became like kind of his own mega celebrity aside from Mark and Tom?
I guess, yeah, it is a little surprising, because he was always like the best musician out of all of them. He's like a very, very talented drummer, obviously.
Yeah.
But he did always seem kind of like quiet and like
right,
just the odd little quiet guy in the back.
Yeah.
But that's the nature of drummers. You also don't necessarily ever think that somebody that's not like the front man of the band will be the most famous.
Right. Speaking of TikTok, Travis Barker's daughter has a TikTok, and she's like super casual, but just describing insane shit. So it's like, all right, here I am going to my dad's wedding. We get on a private plane and we head to the Greek islands. Here's our chef. Hi. Then we go shopping and I buy this thing for dad, and it's like behind the scenes footage of like this insane wedding. All right, follow for more. It's like 91 million views.
Jeez. So Travis Barker is the most famous, and his daughter, he's so famous that his daughter by extension.
Yeah, is famous.
Interesting.
Private chef TikTok is also very funny, because it's like, hey, what it's like being a live-in private chef for this family in the Hamptons. And it's like, I wake up and I go to their herb garden and I make this breakfast and I sit with them. Then I like wash the kitchen, and just like, you're seeing these guys that are like living like $8 million mansions and what their private chef is up to.
That sounds really awesome.
It makes you want to just be fucking loaded. I mean, learn how to cook or something. Learn how to
yeah,
bake.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right. For sure. For sure.
All right. That's it. Those are honestly the best 14 questions that were sent. There were some really shitty ones. Like this guy Bonzo Baker's like, how would you describe your comedic voice?
Yeah. Step it up, guys.
Yeah. I mean,
But
that
I would,
one's pretty
I would
good,
describe it
actually.
as sarcastic.
Yeah, sort
for
of.
sure.
Yeah, high. What is it? High this, low brow, or something.
Oh, yeah. Highbrow, lowbrow.
High. No, it's like a
isn't that what it
matrix.
is?
It's like high intelligence, low culture. I fucking forget. See, he's stumped us.
Yeah.
High, low. It's like that New York magazine.
Yeah. I thought it was highbrow, lowbrow, though, for some reason.
The approval matrix.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, highbrow, brilliant, lowbrow. Highbrow, lowbrow, and brilliant are despicable.
Okay. Lowbrow, brilliant. That's us.
Okay, cool. I'm glad we got to the bottom
Yeah.
of that.
Lowbrow, brilliant.
That's our new podcast.
That we
Okay.
aspire to do.
Namaste. Again, you can
Namaste.
watch us on our YouTube channel. You can see me spilling on myself during the recording. Or you can just keep listening to the show as you do. We appreciate it nonetheless. The opening theme song, Jacob Legrand, sent to us at ifireyourshow@gmail.com. So if you have your own questions or your own theme songs, email us. We still need your questions.
Please do.
And there's not a lot of questions in the backlog, so now's your best chance for us to answer them.
Fuck yeah.
So if you've been sitting on a queue for us to let us know.
Send it in now. That's right.
And as always, you can watch us more on our Patreon, patreon.com/JA. We're watching Jake and Amir videos and commenting on it. Take a
That's
stroll
right.
with us down memory lane.
It's been a wonderful time.
All right. We will see you all next week, of course. Ciao, everybody.
Deuces. Bye.
I can't explain the anatomy of how this is real. This little rodent has a show where all he does is squeal. Bushy tail, tiny feet, beady eyes, and his two-pack teeth. It's a show called If I Were You. It's crazy that a chipmunk speaks. He's the world's first chipmunk Jew. Strays and dice in his chipmunk cheeks. It's a show called If I Were You.
That was a Headgum original.